There were marathon sittings of Parliament to get the new laws passed. The opposition supported the anti-bikie laws despite concerns, but remains vehemently opposed to the dangerous sexual offenders amendments. Leader Annastacia Palaszczuk joined me in the studio a short time ago. Annastacia Palaszczuk, the bikie laws went through this week. You said you supported them reluctantly. What do you mean?
We have always expressed our concerns about mandatory sentencing, but what I'm very concerned about this bill is whether or not it will withstand a High Court challenge. The other thing I'm very concerned about is that this bill did not go through the committee system. So the Bar Association, the Law Society, the Chief Justice, no one had a chance to look at the laws. 167 pages were presented to us on Tuesday afternoon at around 2:30, and we debated those laws into the early hours of the morning. I think I was on my feet about 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning debating those laws. That is not good government. This is an arrogant government, and we need to get these laws right.
Do you think that there's going to be a constitutional challenge to the bikie laws?
I think there will be. Some lawyers are already talking about it at the moment. But also when we looked at these laws, we actually found straight away that there was a problem. If someone associated with a criminal organisation, outlaw motorcycle gang, was meeting with their lawyer and their barrister, the lawyer and the barrister would be captured and they would have faced a mandatory prison sentence. So the Attorney-General moved amendments to fix this mistake. If we can find one mistake, I'm quite sure, Matt, there are 100 more issues with it.
Jared Blay and Campbell Newman say the whole point of these laws is to break the morale of the bikie gangs. So why not support that idea?
We support that there is an issue and something needs to be done about it. And we have to take the government on face value here. But in 2009, we recognised that there was a problem. Back in August 2012, Superintendent Zeebarth actually said that there was no bikie issue on the Gold Coast. What we have seen in the past year is an escalating problem. I think all Queenslanders were shocked and horrified with what they saw at that restaurant at Broadbeach. It was disgusting, and something needs to be done. But this is a government that also cut funding to the CMC, and now they want to give it an extra $7 million. They also cut 50 staff. This is a very complex issue. It is not just about stopping the outlaw motorcycle gangs. It is also getting into their businesses and stopping the transactions happening.
But
this also needs a national approach as well.
But it seems like it's been effective already. You've got reports of bikies handing in their colours, going interstate, no longer being able to go to their clubhouses.
Yep, well, that's a good thing.
It seems like the law enforcement have got the upper hand for a change.
Well, that's a good thing. But this is the Attorney-General who talked about the civil liberties of bikies in 2009. This is a big issue. When the LNP first came into government, they wanted to scrap the labour laws. Then they suddenly realised that there was an issue.
Now, you also have a problem with the new laws relating to indefinite sentencing for sexual offenders. Why is that?
I have very serious concerns about this legislation that went through at about 2:30 a.m. this morning. The debate commenced at midnight and it was rushed through. This is about a breach of the separation of powers. This now means that Jared Blay, our state's first law officer, is now judge and jury.
In your speech to Parliament last night, you quoted Australian and New Zealand Society of Criminology President Professor Rick Sara, who said, juries who are making a decision about a particular person who thinks, yes, this person is guilty, but I wouldn't want him being held at the discretion of the Attorney-General for the rest of his life, are more likely to find that person not guilty. There's a similar argument to be made about the bikie laws, no?
Oh, no, not at all. This is a completely different situation here. What we're seeing here is the Attorney-General...
Because you've got mandatory 25-year jail terms for some of these bikies for quite minor offences like drug possession. Here you've got an indefinite sentence for a sexual offender, similar things, but you agree with one but not the other.
No, but I put on the record that we have concerns about mandatory sentencing, but every time we've voted against mandatory sentencing in the Parliament, we've had the views of the Chief Justice and the Law Society. We did not have those views with us. There was no reason why these laws had to be rushed through Parliament. They needed proper scrutiny, and I don't think that the laws rushed through this morning will withstand a High Court challenge.
All right, Annastacia Palaszczuk, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Matt.